All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another hero preview. We are talking today about Cindy Moon, aka Silk. She is a new hero coming to Marvel Champions at a point in time that I have not gotten to the end of the article to see yet. But we tried doing this once as a live stream, did not go well, couldn't get this camera working out properly. So I figured what I would do is I would just do an actual video. We'll try to do minimal amount of editing. You can now see the construction that has been going on at my house. And yeah, we'll just move forward with this. Let's talk about Cindy Moon, aka Silk. She is a contemporary of Peter Parker. I believe she was written by the same spider that Peter was bitten by. I found that me sitting here and reading you every single word is just not going to be conducive. I'm just going to trip over my words. It's just going to make me unhappy. Ooh, she comes with a protection deck. That's cool. But yeah, just trying to go through everything. I figure let's just actually have me look at the cards. I'll react to the cards as they are, and we don't need to read the entire article. I would love to do that one day. Sit down and actually like make a thing where I read the entire article, but like in an edited fashion later that day. But today is not the day. I barely made it home in time for this. So let's get to this. So we've got, let's see here. Do we have the ability to? That is not good. Let me see. There we go. So, and I'm guessing that when we go to, are we not going to be able to see her? Okay. Let me see. Okay, so let's just go right here. Of course, doing this live. Let's get this over just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so right here, right up front, we've got Cindy Moon. She is a we have Cindy Moon. She is a 3 recovery alter ego with the genius trait, and if there are more than 4 tucked cards here, discard all 4 of those cards. And an action of discard a card tucked here, draw 2 cards. Well, that's actually interesting. 6 hand size, 10 hit points. Genius, 3 recovery, alter ego. So we're going to be putting cards under her in some fashion, which is something I've noticed in kind of looking back at the game is kind of something new. But let's see here. So her hero side, 1 thwart, which actually, I guess that makes sense. I would, for some reason, my mind says she would have more than that she would be stronger on thwart. But 2 attack, 3 defense, feels an awful lot like Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider. Hero, Web Warrior traded. If there are more than 4 tucked cards here, discard all 4 of those cards. And then Silk Sense, which is a response after you defeat a minion or side scheme or resolve a treachery card. Tuck that card here from the encounter. Tuck that card here. Tuck that card under here from the encounter discard pile. So after you defeat a minion or side scheme, okay, or resolve a treachery card. This is interesting. Just trying to think this through here. This is actually after you defeat a minion or a side scheme. So, like, it's not that I'm not comprehending this. I'm just trying to think about like how good this is, because now you essentially have the ability to not have to worry about those things, and that comes with its plus and minuses. I mean, obviously, sometimes you want to you want to have minions in the discard pile, or you want to be able to shuffle them back in. But this, like the treachery part, and I think maybe the side scheme part, are the most interesting to me. Because I guess additionally, if a side scheme, or I guess if a minion has victory, that's not going to go to the discard pile at all. So that's a good catch-all. I really love the treachery part of this. You have a treachery, you resolve it, and it's put away for a little while. I guess we'll be seeing how long of a while that is, because maybe it goes away for an extended period of time, maybe it doesn't. But no, that's just interesting. Let's see here, and then I think now we can move into this. So yeah, I guess we'll find out what we're gonna do. We're tucking these cards in a second, but I'm interested. Okay, so Spider Claws, which is the image we got last week to tell us that Silk was coming. And I should even say, Silk, I think, is a really interesting character. I'm liking that they are going into Spider-Verse characters, or just like Web Warrior characters that are a little more off the beaten path. I think all of them kind of have been. Once you do Peter and Miles and Gwen, you sort of start to dip into other things. But a 2-cost upgrade. It is a weapon. Hero Interrupt. When Silk makes a basic attack, exhaust Spider Claws. For that attack, for this attack, she gets +1 attack for each card tucked under her from the same encounter set as the attacked enemy. This attack gains piercing. Okay, so that is interesting. Okay, so you attack the let's say you're attacking the villain, and you have tucked cards from the villain's encounter set. You're going to get a boost. If you attack minions, or I guess, yeah, if you attack minions and they're not from the villain's encounter set, they are from a modular encounter set, you hopefully have other stuff under there. So actually, this is kind of a push and pull, and I like that. Like that, once there's 4 of them there, they're going to get shuffled away, but that gives you the chance to be like, okay, so I resolved a treachery that's actually from a modular encounter set that I'm not going to get a lot of use out of. So you get to have that extra chance to kind of like resequence everything. I'm hoping that she has a lot of ways to just do that in general, that she'll be able to cycle through and be getting a lot of cards tucked under her pretty quickly, because I guess she only has the one way up at this point. Spider Reflexes, 2-cost upgrade, superpower. Hero Interrupt. When Silk defends, exhaust Spider Reflexes. For this attack, she gets +1 defense for each card tucked under her with the same encounter set. So basically the kind of same stuff I said. After this attack, tuck the top card of the encounter deck under Silk. Wait, did we have the same thing? Okay, no, we didn't. Okay. Agent tucked under her with the same encounter set as the attacking enemy after this attack. So I like this as a way to, like I just said, to get more cards under her. I like this as a way to boost up her defense. I mean, she already has 3 defense, so anything above that is going to make her like nigh invincible. But and actually, this is also another one where I'm strategically attacking like a minion or the villain or what have you, and having the cards under there that are from the same encounter set. Like, that seems more strategic. You're being more purposeful. You're taking that 2 attack. You're bumping it up to 4 or 5 probably. Whereas in this one, you are very specifically defending against either the villain, so you're looking for the villain encounter set, or minions that have to like also have other things in them. So I'm okay with the fact that I don't... Something in my gut says that this is not going to give you the same amount of boost as the other card, the Spider Claws. I could be wrong. I mean, it could end up being that you get the same amount of boost. Like you average 2 on both of them. Who knows? But for some reason, this just kind of says you're not going to get the same amount of boost. Like, it's not going to be as handy, but she already has more defense, so she's kind of already set up to, I don't know, be a pretty big powerhouse here. I just feel like that's really strong. So overall, like, she's just very attack and defense. Like, she's going to be solid. Then we've got Eidetic Memory. How does that tie to her? I don't remember. I guess I don't remember all of her powers, but Eidetic Memory. I'm trying to remember what Eidetic means. Either way, 1-cost upgrade, superpower, interrupt. When you reveal a card from the same encounter set as a card tucked under your identity, exhaust. Oh, this is Echo. Ooh, actually, wait. This isn't super. This isn't hero interrupt. This is just any interrupt. Exhaust this. Swap those cards. Reveal the card that has been tucked under Silk instead. Okay, so if you were to hit a minion, you could swap that minion out for a side scheme. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm trying to think if there is... That really makes... Okay, and I haven't really commented on the current legacy stuff at all. I have an article, actually, that will be coming out tomorrow at Card Gamer talking about it. But there's just elements of it that I don't even know that are in the article. But this is interesting because this, like, my immediate thought is... I go to side schemes almost immediately when I'm thinking about this. Like, if I can swap a minion out for a side scheme and put a side scheme into play, and then, get an extra like beat cop, or no, not beat cop, the private investigator, whatever that's called. I'm probably botching it, but the one that, like, basically when you defeat a side scheme, you draw a card. If you can set that up and then just be like, we're just gonna take this side scheme, we're gonna scoot it out, we're gonna use Eidetic Memory to swap out a minion for the side scheme again, and just get that repeated card draw. That seems powerful in a way that we haven't seen before. Swinging Silk Kick. Okay, 3-cost event. Aerial Attack Superpower. Hero action, deal 7 damage to an enemy. You may discard a card tucked under Silk from the same encounter set as that enemy. If you do, deal 2 additional damage, and this gains overkill. So yeah, I like this. This is cool. Kind of a baseline. There's not a lot to say about it, but I think that just in general, you may discard a card. Okay, so this also helps so that you're not constantly hitting that 4 and shuffling. Actually, I didn't even think about that as I was evaluating the other cards, because like this is, if there's 4 at all, so the max you can really benefit from is 3. So yeah, okay. I like this as a way to just sort of like, you don't dump all of them all at once. You can sit there, you can build up 2, discard 1, or I guess build up 3, discard 1 to do an additional amount of damage, and then you just have more, just kind of like you're being finicky, you're kind of turning the knobs or whatever. That's a cool card. I like the design space. I like what they're doing here. This is going above and beyond even what I was thinking they were going to be doing. Wall Crawl, which is a card I'm surprised we haven't seen from Web Warrior characters. 1-cost event, superpower thwart, hero action, remove 2 threat from a scheme, choose a scheme. You may discard a card tucked under Silk from the same encounter set as that chosen scheme to remove 3 counters from the chosen scheme. So remove 2 from the main scheme, then maybe discard. You could end up removing 5 from the main scheme, or maybe you're essentially doing what's that called? Oh my gosh, the one that has miles on it. Remove 2. I can't remember what it's called. Clearly my brain is so fried right now. Then Cindy. So I guess overall, cool card. Don't have too much more to say about it. I can see it. I can see the parallels to other existing cards, and this feels, I don't want to say better, because you might just not have a card under you that matches an encounter set of a sky scheme you want to say. So this might only do 2. It might do 5, whereas other cards that are kind of in the same cost range are going to get you 4 or 2 and 2. But yeah, just overall, cool card. Jonah Jameson is a support. I suppose she does work at the Daily Bugle. Remember what she does, though? I don't remember. I don't know enough about Silk to know all of her backstory, but either way. So 3-count support, persona traded, alter ego action, exhaust this card, search your deck and discard pile for get the scoop and put it into play. So that must be, I'm guessing that's going to be a side scheme. Action, exhaust this card, remove 2 threat from a side scheme. I like you, Analog. Okay. I guess I'm guessing the next order we're going to see is going to be get the scoop. So we'll be able to judge it from there. Yep, okay, side scheme, get the scoop. So player side scheme starts with 4 threat on it. Alter ego action, exhaust your identity, remove 2 threat from here. Any player may trigger this ability. So very similar to going to the mall with Jubilee. Alter ego actions to remove threat from a scheme, from a side scheme is cool design space, like it. When defeated, the Cindy Moon player looks at the top 2 cards of the encounter deck and tucks one of those under their identity. I like that. So she must be a reporter, which, I mean, all the art kind of says that. I think her alter ego art kind of points to that too. So yeah, I like this. It's not perfect because you may not be able to, I mean, you might just find 2 cards that have nothing to do with what you're looking to do. I would say plain Silk against, what's it called? The Hood. That might be a very difficult encounter, but I feel like a lot of these other ones, like Mutagen Formula has all, Mutagen Formula, Kang, I'm trying to think of other ones that have really big encounter sets. They're just not coming to mind, but like sometimes you just hit these encounter sets where they are just massive, and Silk is probably going to be great there. Then we're moving on to the protection cards. Stop hitting yourself. 2-cost event, attack. After you defend against an enemy and take no damage, deal damage to that enemy equal to your defense for that attack. After you defend against an attack and take no damage. Okay, so that's the caveat there. Deal damage to that enemy equal to your defense. So that's going to be really good for Silk. You defend, you don't take any damage, you deal 3 damage. I guess adding to the perfect defense archetype, that is, this is a cool addition. I like that. it might not be great in every hero because not every hero has great defense, but you get the armored vest or whatever, and you make your defense a little bit better. And yeah, this is maybe not my favorite card for that archetype, but definitely, especially when we move into current and our options start to disappear, this is probably going to be a really good option instead of something like Desperate Defense. We might be losing Desperate Defense, and this is going to be the replacement for that. Although this costs 2, it's a little expensive. But hopefully we get some good use out of it. Oh, yeah, my boy. That's my boy. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay. Scarlet Spider. Ben Riley. Actually, let's just pause this real quick. Yes. Okay. So happy I did this now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we are. This is a Ben Riley family right here. Okay. So we got a 3-cost ally, Scarlet Spider, Ben Riley. He's a web warrior, 5 health, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 consequential damage on both of them, and a interrupt. When another web warrior would take any amount of damage, Scarlet Spider takes that damage instead. Oh man, he's going the Doug Ramsey route. Oh, roses are red, spiders are too. One comes in scarlet, the other in blue. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me think about this. He does have the ability. He has a history of shooting himself in the foot, so I don't disagree with that being his power. But he's taken the Douglas Ramsey effect here. He's sacrificial. He's sacrificing himself. This is a cool design. You can keep Web Warrior safe. He has a lot of health. If there is a way to bump up his health and just kind of keep him going, this is a good alternative to like the energy barrier. Like it's not the comparable exactly, but just in a way that like he will naturally defend web warriors, and I think that's really cool. That's awesome. I'm just happy to have him in the game. This is great. Oh my gosh. This is the best day ever. Oops. Then we've got Energy Shield. It is a 0-cost upgrade item tech attached to a character, max 1 per character. Interrupt: when attached character would take any amount of damage, spend X energy resources, prevent X of that damage. Attached to, okay, so we can just put that on to Ben and just let him just oh my god. Okay, and you've got the Wakanda attack here. I would very strongly consider that. You give, even if you are in a non-web warrior thing, you give like I suppose actually the web warrior upgrade only works for like spider characters. Yeah, you put that on to Ben, and then you're able to just like defend a whole bunch, and he just becomes like there's a combo in Magic where you can put a equipment, which is essentially like an upgrade, onto creatures that don't take damage, so that and this equipment basically says all damage that would be dealt to you gets dealt to this creature instead. But because they don't take damage, it basically becomes like this infinite like life block kind of thing. And then obviously there's probably ways around it, or you just get rid of the upgrade / equipment in this case. But oh my gosh, you could do that with Scarlet Spider. You basically set it up so that like Silk is just never taking damage because you have it set up so that you can just discard energy resources to like stop him from taking damage. That's really cool. I obviously there are probably much better combos, but I like that just in terms of what you can do. Dr. Sinclair, 2-cost support, persona, therapist, alter ego action. Exhaust Dr. Sinclair and spend a mental resource. Heal damage from your alter ego equal to your recovery. You may discard 1 status card from your identity. Okay, so this is just like it's not the same as Night Nurse, but I think it's something comparable. I'm not going to say this is better than Night Nurse, but this is very similar to Night Nurse. But the thing is, I think Night Nurse comes with uses, and this doesn't. And you have to use this in alter ego. So like it's not a 1-to-1 comparison, but I think this is going to be a pretty staple-ish card in the right places. Like this is pretty cool. Ready for a fight, 1-cost upgrade, preparation. Love to see more preparations. Look at all those web warriors. Requirement, a physical resource. So you have, okay, yep. And then max 1 per player. Interrupt: when an enemy would scheme, discard ready for a fight, change to hero form. So a lot like Colossus's card. That enemy attacks you instead. Well, this isn't applicable to everything. You're not going to you might not always get use out of this, but this is a free form change. And when the villain would scheme, so they don't need to scheme against you. You could be in, like an Ant-Man situation where you're switching between hero forms. But if you are just an alter ego, well, I suppose, okay, yeah, that's kind of redundant, isn't it? What you could do, I guess what I was trying to get at anyway, and actually putting Gwen on here as like the main character you see there kind of plays into this, but like you could, in multiplayer, the villain could scheme against your friend, you change to hero form, and now they're attacking you. So you're not only are you negating an activation, or you're turning that scheme activation into an attack, but you might be a character that wants to get attacked. So this would be good for a Drax. Like this is, unfortunately, we're kind of losing Drax to Legacy, but either way, although I don't know if that's going to affect me too much, but either way, but like this, if you are a hero that would rather get attacked than have your friend get attacked, then you can change the flow of the battle, and there's depth to this card. There's also just like on the surface, you're preventing a scheme, which might win you the game, or make it so you don't lose the game. But either way, this is, I'm not going to say it's a staple, but I'm going to say that I could definitely see applications for it. Madam Web, they must have designed this card thinking the movie was even more successful. Although we already have Julia Carpenter, I think, as a is she a Justice character? Justice ally? 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 health, Web Warrior. 2 health is a little low. Let's see if there's anything else here. Response. Although I don't know if that's going to affect me too much, but either way. But like this, if you are a hero that would rather get attacked than have your friend get attacked, then you can change the flow of the battle, and there's depth to this card. There's also just like on the surface, you're preventing a scheme, which might win you the game, or make it so you don't lose the game. But either way, this is, I'm not going to say it's a staple, but I'm going to say that I could definitely see applications for it. Madam Web, they must have designed this card thinking the movie was even more successful. Although we already have Julia Carpenter, I think, as a is she a Justice character? Justice ally? 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 health, Web Warrior. 2 health is a little low. Let's see if there's anything else here. Response. After Madam Web enters play, look at the top X cards of the encounter deck, where X is the number of Web Warrior cards you control. Cards, not just characters. You may discard 1 looked at card this way and put the rest back in any order. You may discard 1 card looked at this way. Yeah, okay. Oh, I suppose this isn't reveal. So I don't know why you would lie to your coworker or your coworkers, your teammates, but you don't have to tell them what was there. Go and to, really make some strides. I like this card. I do feel like the cost of needing it to be Cindy Moon and Peter Parker both in play does make it so that I wish it cost a little bit less. But either way, you could say that about any team-up card. I think every team-up card could probably cost 1 less and be better. But still, I think just in terms of like what the card does, that's really cool. Ooh, Atlas. Oh, okay, yeah. We're getting more Thunderbolts. Okay, so this is going to be its own. Yeah, this isn't. This is not her nemesis. I'm guessing her nemesis is going to be one of the inheritors. 18 health. So, okay. Atlas minion, 0 scheme, 3 attack, elite Thunderbolt, 18 health. Lord help us. Villainous, yep, victory 1. And Atlas gets +2 hit points for each growth counter on him. Ooh, boy, okay. Forced response. After the villain phase ends, place a growth counter on him. So, he effectively pretty much is always going to have he's always going to have 20 health to get baseline. There's probably, I suppose you could, like looking for trouble him into play. So he might have 18, but for the most part, you're going to have to eat through probably 20, 24-ish kind of hit points to get rid of him. You know what, actually, for the way that he's designed, I think it's good that he has a ridiculous amount of health. Because I feel like if he had this and he only started with 6, it's like, You're just going to swinging web kick him away, and that growth counters are never going to be like an issue. You're never going to have to consider them. So I like the fact that he is bulky and that he's going to take a little bit of work to take down. And villainous means you want to take him down quickly, and that zero scheme is not zero. He has villainous. Grow invulnerable. Side scheme 5 threat. Has the icon that you can't thwart the main scheme while this is in play. I don't remember them. I don't remember their names. When revealed, place 1 additional threat here for each growth counter on Atlas. If Atlas has 10 or more growth counters on him, the players lose the game. I gotta be honest, if you let it get that bad, oh boy, yeah. If Atlas gets to 10 growth counters, now he's probably gonna have other cards in the kit that add growth counters. But if you let him get to 10, I think you already lost. So having another lose condition is fine, but you may have already lost if he got baseline 10. But let's just say that there are other cards that give him growth counters. If you gave him 6 turns, you probably deserve to lose. And growing strong, which is probably going to have growth counters on it. Maybe not. Oh, wow. Okay. Scanning real quick. Okay. So he is a treachery with when revealed, find Atlas and reveal him. If he's already in play, he engages you. Atlas activates against you. If no enemy activated this way, this card gains surge. So if he's like a face down encounter card at this point. Oh, find him. Okay, wait. They defined find. I don't remember what the upper limits of this were. It's probably look in the encounters, look in the encounter deck, look in play, look outside of play. But if he's a face down encounter card, I don't think you can just find him. You can like fail to find him in that case. But and then boost ability. Give the activated enemy a tough status card. Okay. So yeah, overall, I'm excited to see what else her kit will offer us, because I do feel like there's some design space here to work with. But overall, I like what we got here. Obviously, I love seeing Ben Reilly, and yeah, I will really very much look forward to what there is coming. Do we have an idea of when? Naturally, zone. April. I suppose it's already February. It's like April. That's a long ways away. It's not November anymore. Yeah. Okay. Agents of AIM. Okay. Yeah. So overall, I think I like this version much more than trying to bumble through a live stream. But when we got the announcement last week, I was kind of a plus on Silk. I am even more excited. I hope that this lives up to my excitement, because I think that this is a really cool design. I like some of the cards we're getting here. I'm not a huge protection player, but this might change my mind. But either way, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.